All right, folks. Hey, welcome back. Been out for a couple days. We are back. We have a hard puzzle to go at today. Let's take a look at the symmetry, shall we? If I can get the cursor to get where I'd like it. There we see the time. All right, we got a couple cool alleys and valleys. Ooh, this one's a kind of cool one here. See this 7 comes up and this 7 comes across. One spot left for the 7. Yeah. Let's take a look over here at this little valley. See, we have a 7. Okay, we already got our 7 there, but we have an 8. That's cool. Cool. I like those valleys and alleys. All right, I got two 9s here. I see across the top in the middle. A 9. Just kind of letting my mind wander here just a minute. All right, okay. Before I get too far, let me just look here for these alleys and valleys one more time. Okay, all right. We'll come back and we'll do some more. So this one's got a cool little valley here. So right, I got a 2, a 7, and a 9. Well, I've got my 9 and 7, so the 2 comes across. That's okay, no help there. That's all right. So we got a 5, and we've got an 8 that comes across. We've got a 6 that comes across. Okay, all right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's do our systematic approach. Sometimes I get a little, just let my mind wander and don't want to go too unorganized. So let's take a look here for just a moment. I like looking for pairs. Pairs are my thing. That helps us out quite a bit. All right. Okay. I'm noticing a couple things here. So let's start vertically. Okay. Let's look at these 3 cubes. All right. So we did have the 8 come down, but I noticed we have like 7s, we have 8s, and pardon me, 9s and 1s. So this top cube, we have 1s that go left and center. So we have to have a 1 here. Now 9s line up with that too. So 9s. So I have a double lock. These two have to be 9s and 1s. Everything else has to go over here. So that's good. Got a pair of 7s. Ooh, I got a pair of 4s that come across the center and the bottom and then to the left. So that just makes one spot for my 4 here. Now this 7 comes up, and so I know I have to have a 7 here or here. And that's what I was looking for, seeing how these pairs line up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I do have this 8 here that goes down the right side, and I have this ghost column that goes down here. Can't have an 8 in either one of these spots because it doesn't matter which 8 it is, you can't have it here. So let's mark these 8s. Okay, we've got 2 4s, right? We put these 4s in, 4 down the left, down the center. So we have to have a 4 over here. 7s, 4s, 1s, and 9s. Okay, we've got our 8s. So that looks pretty well marked up. So let's move over to the next 3. I've got a pair of 9s. Goes up the right and through the center. Now, this is one of those, in the hards and the very hards puzzles, there's something called a crisscross or an X-wing pattern. If you guys watched me before, we've run into this many times. When you have 2 numbers that are in identical rows, it creates a crisscross. So like if this is an if this is a 9, this will be the 9. If this is a 9, this will be a 9. It creates an X. But no matter how it works, both the middle row and the bottom row are covered for 9. So in the third cube, I can't have a 9 in the middle or the bottom because those 2 rows are covered. Okay, and then I have 2 9s going vertically. So the only spot that a 9 will actually fit is right there. So X-wings or crisscrosses, very important in the hards and the very hard puzzles. You've got to be able to recognize that particular pattern. Okay, so we got our 9s here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like not a whole lot of combos there. We've got our 9. I was just looking at this 9 and this 9, but we've already got that one too. We've got a 4 across the middle, 4 across the bottom, 4 down the right side. So there we go. So now we have two 4s, 4 down the center, 4 down the right. So we know our 4 has to go here. 6 comes down, doesn't really help a whole lot. 5 comes down, doesn't help a whole lot. The 2 comes up, any help up there? So this 2 and this 2 means we have to have a 2 in one of these two spots. Beep, ba-doop, boop, boop. All right, does the 7 help anywhere? Yeah, there we go. We got a 7 and a 7 here, left through the bottom and through the center and down the middle. So we only have a spot here. Now you remember how we double locked these guys with these 1s, and look at this now. We have 7s and 9s. So this 7 comes up the middle, this 7 comes up the right side. So that tells me that one of these two have to be a 7 and one of these two has to be a 9. So see this 2? It can't go there anymore, because if this is a 7, this is a 9. If this is a 7, 9, that's a 7. Those are double locked. There's no other place for these 7s and 7s and 9s to go. So that pushes this. Now remember how we did that crisscross with the 9? You guys notice? Look at that. There's another crisscross with 7s. So over here in this left cube, cannot have a 7 in the bottom or the middle, just like the 9s. And we have a 7 coming up here. So this is actually the only spot left for a 7. Again, crisscross pattern is very, very important to recognize. There's a lot of things you will not get past if you don't catch that particular pattern. Okay. All right, so that 7 helps there. So now I've only got 3 numbers missing, and anytime I only have 3 numbers missing, I'd like to take a moment and figure out what they are. So we've got our 9. I need an 8. So this 8 comes across. So my 8 has to go in one of these two spots. Okay, I was just kind of looking now here in the center cube. I can't have an 8 here, and I can't have an 8 here. So my 8 has to go here or here. Now that helps me say that I can't have an 8 here because of this. This is a ghost column. Can't have an 8 here. So there's my 8. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I need a 3 and a 1. That's what these two are going to be. Those are the only places left for them. 3s and 1s. So now this cube is fully marked out. Now this 3 and 1 is going to help us out because that means I only have 3 numbers left in this column that I don't know where they go just yet. So we might be able to sort some of those out. And we've got 3 numbers here. We should be able to sort some of those out. Let's see what we got. We got our 9. We've got our 8. Pardon me. We've got a 7. Now I need a 6. Now the 6 can't go here, but it could go here or here. Okay. And then we need a 5. Now the 5 can go everywhere. I'm going to hold off on that just a moment, and then we got 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to leave that. So now these 3, we've got a 9, 8, 7, 6. I need a 5, and they can go everywhere. 4. Now I need a 3, and that can go anywhere. 2, and I need a 1, which I can't have a 1 here, and I can't have a 1 here, so that's good. So here's my 1. So the 2 numbers that are missing are my 3 and my 5, my 3 and my 5, and that's handy dandy. Okay, so I know we've got a couple other numbers, but I'm holding off on marking them just yet. I've gotten a little carried away in a couple previous games where I wrote a ton of numbers in. I'm just gonna we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I don't want to mark anything where it's not just 2 just yet, because we're doing okay. All right, so let's move over here to these 3 cubes over here. We've got our 9s all squared away. Let's see, we have an 8 that comes down the right side and across the top. So our 8 has to be here. We do have an 8 in the right side and an 8 across the top over here. So one of these two has to be our 8. 7, 7, 7. Okay, now this 6 comes up the middle, the center, middle, and this one comes through the other middle center. So this is the only spot left for a 6, which forces our 8. There we go, that's helpful. Now this 8 comes down here and forces this one. Our 8 has to go to the left spot. This 8 forces this one, can't be there, so it has to go there. We're just kind of letting that float around. Okay, cool. So that helped us out a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got two spots here, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It looks like that 3 and 1, which is, this is going to help us out here, folks. We've done this X-wing, this crisscross, multiple times. You'll see this 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. That means over here, I cannot have a 1 or a 3 across the top or the middle. So this can no longer be a 1. So my 1 has to go here, and my 9 has to go here. That's just where it has to go. Now this 9 is going to come over here and help me with my 7 and my 9. This 7 is going to come back over here and help me with this 7. There we go. All right, so we got these 1s and 3s marked up. That's very helpful. Now if these two are 1s and 3 and I only got one spot left, that is the only number that's missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're missing a 6. That's the only place left for it. All right, so that's good. That's good. And I got two numbers here. I got one number here. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Looks like we're missing a 3. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. So two numbers we're missing here. Looks like a 2 and a 5. Am I getting those all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 2 and a 5. Okay, 2 and a 5. Whoop, whoop. Wrong one. Oh, hit that tab. Joop. There we go. Control 2 and a 5. I hit the control keys there. So 2s and 5s, and then here is the only other one left in this one here. So I'm just making sure my pencil marks are kept up to date there. All right, then let's come on back over here to these 3 cubes. I know I got a little distracted there. We got some numbers. I want to follow those through. Okay. All right. Okay, so what do we have? The one number I noticed here, I'm just kind of looking at these 3 blocks, but I noticed there's a 1 that can't go here, a 1 that can't go here, and a 1 that can't go here. I don't have a 1 in this left column yet, so as I was just kind of looking at those 1s, I noticed that's the only place that a 1 will even fit. So this 2 now comes down and blocks this spot. So our 2 here has to go over here. 9, 8, 7, 6. 5s can go pretty much everywhere. 4s, 3s, okay, 2s, 1s, okay, all right, okay. So we've got a 9, 8, 7 down here. Okay, we've got a pair of 6s down the left and through the center. So 6 can be anywhere down here. All right, we do have a 5 that comes down, so 5's over here somewhere. Okay, we do have a pair of 4s left and right, so our 4 has to be through the middle. All right. 3s are all over the places. Okay, I do have a ghost row 2, so I can't have one here, and then a solid 2 here, and then I have a solid 2 here. So my 2 has to be here or here. And then I need a 1. And that can, I've got a couple choices on my 1. Well, I've got a 1 across the top and a 1 across the bottom, actually. So I only have 2 spots for my 1. There we go. I just didn't follow through with my numbers there. Okay. All right. Oof. 1, 3, 2, and 6 is what I'm missing down here. Okay. All right. So we put in a whole bunch of numbers. Let me start back over here. Let's go back over here to the right. And let's kind of look at these cubes here and see if I missed anything. Let's look at these again. 9, 8, 7. Okay, I don't see a whole lot of help on my 6 just yet. Not a whole lot of help on the 5. Okay, so I do see this 5 here that comes down. So 5 has to be either here or here. Okay, that's a little helpful. And then look at this 5 here, folks. See this 5 comes down on the bottom? So that's telling me I can't have a 5. I'm looking in this bottom row. So my 5 over here, it creates another crisscross pattern where they're in the top row and the middle row, even though I've got 3 spots for it, but it can't be in the bottom. So my 5 has to be down here. So I've got a 1, I've got a 2, Okay, I need a 3, and that can pretty much go everywhere. I need a 4, and that could be one of these two spots. Got my 5. Okay, now I need a 6. That could go here. Yes, 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 and yes. So 3s and 6s are still down here everywhere. Okay. All right. 9, 8, 7. Okay, my 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm getting to that spot where I'm going to have to start writing down all the numbers. I don't like to do it, but I'm getting close to having to. Don't want to. I don't want to, but I need to. All right, so these top 3 cubes are already fully marked out. Let's go down here. We've got our 1, we've got our 2. Where can 3 go? I believe 3 can go all of those places. 4, and then I need a 5, and I think those can go everywhere. And that's fully marked out, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Pardon me. Okay. All right, so we've got our 1. Now I have a 2 here in the middle and 2 in the right. I just didn't see that one. There we go. That's part of the benefit, too, of writing them down. You see things you don't necessarily see. What else am I missing? 1, 2. I need a 3 and a 6. Yeah. Okay. So we've got our 1. We've got our 2. Now I need a 3. Now I don't have. Now I have a ghost. I have a ghost row here, so 3 cannot go here. So 3 could go here or here or here, but that's the only places 3 can go in this cube. And then there's our 4. Now we have a 5 that comes down the left side. So 5 could go here, here, or here. See, ooh, I start getting too many numbers. I don't like it. Okay, and then our 6. So we have a 6 that comes down. All right, and a 6 that comes across. So 6 can go here, or here, or here. Then our 7, then our 8 is over here, and then our 9. So that's fully marked out. Oh, now that we got the 3 numbers, it's starting to get all goobly. Okay, so I've got a 1. Oh, why is there not any limits on my 2s? They can go everywhere. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then my 3s can go everywhere. Yucky. And then we've got a 4. And then my 5s can go everywhere. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. I'm missing something to clean these guys up. Okay, and then I do have a 6 that comes across the top. So my 6 can come down here. 7, and then 8, and then 9. Look at that guy. Oh my goodness, how ugly is that? I guess he's just being friendly. They got all the numbers. Oof, all the numbers. Should not have all those numbers. Okay, we've got our 1, we've got our 2. 3 can go everywhere. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Got our 4. All right, now the 5 does come down the right side. So 5 can only go there. All right, and we have a pair of 6s down the left and down the center. So I think we just didn't mark it because there's 3 spots. And then 7, 8, 9. So that's fully marked out. Okay. 1, 2. We do have a ghost row of 3s over here, so 3 cannot go here. But 3s can go here, and 3s can go here or here. Right? Okay. And then our 4 is over here because we have 2 4s there. We have a 5 that comes down the left side, so we have our 5s over here. Okay, we do have a 6 that comes down the center. So this can be a 6, or these guys could be 6s. And then 7, 8, 9. So that's fully marked out. We like that. That is good. Okay. All right. Last cube. So we've got our 1. Now where can 2s go? I think 2s can go everywhere. So 2s, 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 2s. All right, I have a 3 that comes down the left side. Do I have any other limits on my 3s? I do not, so I can go 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, my 4 is over here. Let's see, I already have. Now I think, yeah, my 5 has to be down here, right? This can't be a 5. Ooh, because remember that, see how 5's up here and up here? That's that crisscross pattern. I cannot have a 5 across the top here or the middle. This has to be a 2, which makes this one have to be a 5. There we go. Ooh, now I get to clean up some of this nasty, nasty, nasty. Ooh, get rid of you guys too. Nasty. All these extra numbers floating around everywhere. And it looks like one of these two fellers is my 2. This is one of the reasons I don't like writing in all these numbers, because the 2 can't go here anymore. Makes this one our 2. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, 1, 2, 3 can go everywhere. 4 is over here. 5 is down here. 6 can go everywhere, I believe. I don't have anything to stop it vertically. I don't have anything to stop it. Ooh, I do. I do. Look at this. No 6 here. No 6 here. No 6 here. So in this top row, we actually have another crisscross. See, the 6 is down here, and the 6 is down here. That creates another crisscross that says I can't have a 6 in the middle or the bottom. So this is actually the only place a 6 will go. So that actually helps us out quite a bit, because my 4 was one of these two. And that's another reason why I don't, all these numbers are there. It's going to be really confusing to sift through it all. All right, so now we have a 3 and a 5 in these two spots. All right, so let me put my 5 here. Now that does a lot of things for me, which we need to clean up. Now this 6 comes up, and I have a 6 across here. So see all these numbers, that's where you've got to be really careful with it. That means this is the only spot left for a 6. These two create a ghost row and say you can't be a 3 or a 5. So 8 is the only number left to clean up that particular row. Now I need to clean up my 6. 2, 3, 5, those are the numbers that are left. Now this 8 comes over here and says it can't be an 8 anymore, so that makes it a 5. Okay, these two are the only places for my 8, so that becomes an 8. Okay, now this 5 is going to help me clean this 5 up and this 5 up. All right, now this 6 is going to help me clean this 6 up. Now one of these two was a 6. Now this is the only place left for a 6. All right, now I can't have a 6 here or here anymore because of this guy, which now makes this one a 6. Now these two are 3s and 4s. That means that they're double locked. That means this can't be a 3, and that means this can't be a 3. Okay, and plus we have this 5 here. We just hadn't gotten through it all the way. So there's our 3, there's our 5, there's our 2. We're just cleaning things up. All right. Okay, so we're throwing numbers in fast. I'm trying to keep them clean as we go. Now this 3 and this 5 helps us to say that this is a 3. Now if there's a 3 and a 5, the only number left for this one to be is a 4. Okay, so let me get rid of the 3 and the 4. We'll clean that up. And then we've got our 3 over here, so no 3. Well, if there's no 3, then that makes that one our 6. If this can't be a 6 anymore, that becomes a 1. If that can't be a 1 anymore, that becomes a 5. Now this 5 is going to dominoes over here and make that one our 3, makes this one our 5. This 3 dominoes over here to 4 and a 3. Okay, now this 3 comes up and says these two can't be a 3 anymore. So that makes that one a 2, but this is the only one left to be a 3. And now with a 2 and a 3, this one becomes our 5. All right, so these are just going to all dominoes. We just got to follow them through. 2 to the 3, if that's the 3, that one's our 5. 3 and 5, that one's our 2. Okay, now vertically there's a 1, so that makes this one our 3, makes this one our 1, and then this one comes on over and makes this one our 3, and makes this one our 1. So there you go, folks. We had like 3 or 4 crisscross patterns. You've got to be able to recognize those for these hards and very hards. Those are staple requirements. This one didn't have that last rectangle that always gets me stuck, so that was kind of nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Always recommend pausing it before we play the game. Print you off a couple copies, play along with. As always, always grateful to have any comments, suggestions, or challenges that you might give me. And thanks for watching, folks, and we'll catch you the next time. Bye.